Hello, everyone. Welcome back, Metaphysical Mama. How is everyone? I'm going to finish smoking my little. This is a grown-up show for all those who can. Right? You wouldn't be here otherwise. We're not here to be politically correct. We're just here to be sharing and balanced as possible, and I'm just using this platform to share knowledge by not having to be right or wrong, or get into a debate about anything. I'm just allowing myself to just be me, and if you're cool with that, welcome. So today I opened the Bible up, actually. I get guided just to, it's like anything, energy never lies, people do. Such as like the tree of knowledge, right? Tree of good and evil, we say, or it's just knowledge. So it's what people decide to use things for, or their intention that is backing it, that carries 9/10 of the weight of what it's being used for. Example, you can use a car to get from A to B, or somebody can be driving around furiously and not, just road rage, let alone other things that happen with vehicles, or silverware, or anything. It's up to the individual to, we all know when we're doing something we should or shouldn't be, or wanting something too bad, or interfering in someone else's, life, or avoiding something that we should be maybe taking a look at and allowing ourselves to feel and see a little differently, maybe. Allow time for oneself to, say meditate, or just calm the fuck down mentally and emotionally, internally, so that we can not have a fear. I'm going to use the word fear, because a word is what ignites a fear or an emotion, which is energy moving through the vessel, the body, energy in motion. Okay? So when we have something coming through us, entering, it's because we're electric beings. It's just a matter of comprehending, what we are, slowing down, and not being so running around worrying about what we have to do, what we didn't do, what we think we need to do, what we should have done, etc. All those thoughts, it's like, whoa, right? Whoa, Nelly, slow it down. Charlie Brown. Otherwise, we all sound like Charlie Brown teacher running around. Wah, 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 wah. I can sound like that often. I know a lot of people say that. I start going and I'm like talking in multi-dimensional blah, 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 blah. Way different on a video. Especially not live. So this is even more This keeps going out on me. Is that a sign? I don't take no for an answer too easily. And marijuana is very good for you. It's good for the soul. It's very healing for the body, honestly. Not for everyone. Just like anything, right? Take what resonates and leave the rest. Because sometimes something's okay for us, and sometimes it's just not right now. And that can be with food too. It's like sometimes we want to eat, maybe you want vegetarian, and sometimes you need to have a piece of meat. It's okay, right? But we want to be more aware, be more consciously aware, right? Conscious consumers, conscious awareness. We're becoming more aware of our emotions and our thoughts and our feelings, and when we set them out, right, set them out like demons, if we're not allowing, right, like allowance, like, okay kids, you get allowance, right, allowance, we have to give ourselves allowance of time and space and others, right? 2 rules: respect others, treat others how thou would treat thyself, and to thine own self be true. 2, that's it, really. You know, treat others how you would like to be treated, and to thine own self be true. What does that mean to one? Personally, to me, it means that I don't do anything to harm anybody that I would not want done to myself. How do I go about that? We teach our children that. We say we do. Do we? Are we good examples? Do we practice what we preach? Do we walk our talk? A lot of people point a lot of fingers and have a lot of judgments over things that they don't have really any knowledge on, or only partial knowledge on, which is all of us. I mean, we all only have partial knowledge on anything, any one thing especially. We can think we know, but then it's like ding, 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 right? Tin Man. And thinking's awesome and great, right? And we can know something, and it is, but then let it go. Doesn't have to stay a solid fact, right? We can, it's like, okay, it is, but hold on. There's a lot of other, right? Whoa, perceptions. And there's a lot of other definitions to any word, period. ... X marks the spot. Sorry, I play with words quite a lot because we have to. We have to giggle. We have to learn how to remember how to be. Ooh, childlike, like my little baby here when she was a little baby. Like somebody flying you up in the air. Woo! You know? Did you used to make forts when you were little? Did you use, I did, with like sheets. I like the whole closets, sheets. That's my babes. That's my little babes. She not that little no more. And so much has happened with all of our lives getting twisted and turned and soiled and blah, 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 right? Everybody got dropped into hell or kicked off the edge of the universe or thrown into another galaxy or put in a vortex or a vortice or a fucking polar vortex or a fucking, sorry about the swearing, magnetic door or whatever. Oh my good, right? Whatever. Oh, everybody everyone is going through their own personal sorry, my nose itches. That's probably it was 11:05 when that happened. 4, 5, whatever. 11 minutes and 11 seconds. You know, everyone's going through their own personal hell and their own, you know, and metaphysically too, it's like, you know, we're a battery. So we have positive and we have negative and we have masculine and we have feminine energies and we're trying to balance it. True north is right at where the heart chakra, right? All right, where my necklace is, yeah, like right here. So that's like where you go for like treading water, or, you know, that's like the balancing system, right? You can associate that with the banking system or any other balancing system, weight system that you want to, in water, right? It's like to balance out. Relate things so that they are relatable to an experience. Best of our ability. It's remembering how to be childlike. Use the imagination. Breathe. Excuse me. You know, remember that your body's a body of water and a lot of other elements. And when we, which is always, you know, the only constant is change. So the body is in constant chemical change. Okay? You have a certain cup, right? You're a certain cup. Like right now I have ginger and agave and cayenne. Fresh ginger. And let's see if I can see. This is one of my friend Paola loves my little ginger tea recipe. It's very good for you. And ginger's good too. It helps with, you know, against psychic attacks, I'll say, and the digestive system. It's a thermogenic. Give you, you know, I put a little cayenne in there too for my throat. I've always had a throat chakra attack since I was little. Born here, since I was born here. Whatever that is. How many times do you become reborn? What does the word death mean? And rebirth? You know? So many people are very fearful of a physical And I know many have witnessed, we all have, physical deaths. However, again, it's what we are, what we eat. Food for thought. Right? So if we slow down to think about the words we're saying and how they form, and you can do experiments on that too, or look up solfeggio frequencies. They do different experiments with vibration and like sand or different. I watched a dude make a guitar that way. It was really cool. Using a old house speaker and a piece of plywood or I don't know how he did it. And anyhow, and he did the vibration with that and anyhow. But you can see the different sacred geometry that all different sounds make and words. And, we spoke the universe into creation. Okay, so that's what we're all doing. That's why God says you have these gifts too. Everyone is in some way communicating energetically with thoughts, with words, with, energy, with emotions, in their astral plane, in their dream state, right? All different states of mind, a goal mine. You don't want anybody else digging for your gold. I want to protect yours. So while we love immensely, we also want to keep a very healthy boundary around us, like a bubble. But not like a solid bubble that you have to block others so much, just more of like a fluid flow. So it's constantly coming out from the heart chakra and moving outward, like how you swim and you put your arms out. So it comes out and it's like if you're swimming, right? Because we're on the water. So then it keeps getting higher and higher. And that's like a fountain coming from the heart chakra, and this is the electromagnetic sphere. So you want to keep that, needs to be consistently energetically moving. And it always is, but you can, when you think of the energy coming in and out of you, like just like a fountain or firework fountain, both, and then feet too, coming all the way up through all of your chakra system, and then that's how you get your Vimana going, and then you can travel through the water that way, so to speak. Just one little. So there's lots of things to different exercises or different ways, multitude variations of, excuse me, of multiverses, right? Multiple stories and verses to bring to the surface, right? So we can remember all these different things and see, remember, right? Because like 911, 9/11, which is Yeah, Deuteronomy. I opened to 11:19. I didn't even get to read that, so I'm gonna have to do another video and do that. But 911. Today's 2:11. It's like 2:54 a.m. I don't really use the clock. I just go by my vibe. So anyhow, it's 6 minutes to 3 a.m. here. I'm in Connecticut presently. On the East Coast, they say, which is flipped. Right? Which way is which? And true north is where? Right in the center. Where that heart chakra is. Not where the human heart is. Right in the center. It's kind of above intuition. And that gut. Where that gut feeling is. In our body. It's above that. Also, allowing the flow to come out from the heart chakra, to allow it to come out and fully come around and kind of attach to the back, like your battery pack, your super pack, your cross, right? Everyone bears their own cross because it's a positive sign, right? Like a battery, like my body's a battery. I'm a cylinder also, right? So I want to, okay, so like a battery has a positive and a negative sign. You want to make sure that there's a circle encapsulating the positive sign, the sign of the cross, to hug the chaos so that the energy's not flying all over the place. All right? To bring it to the quantum or physics. So you can relate yourself to being, I don't have a battery in front of me right now, but I was like, maybe I do. But right, a positive sign is also a sign of the cross, but it's been uneven. The original cross had another, it was like a here and then had done 2 lines on it. To keep it balanced, right? So then we had to bring all energy down, right? And now we're bringing it to balance and then enclosing the chaos. So we're not like just, right? It's like up, down, left, right, round, right? And that way, we're not just becoming aware of energy, whatever we can relate it to, like Matrix, right? So it's like the movie, right? Whatever you can relate to that helps you, right, be able to become more consciously aware of oneself. Because the best we can be is to be consciously aware to the best of our ability, not to harm others or harm ourselves and not cause, right, chaos, and nobody's perfect. I was like, no, have fun. I love going to like concerts. I'll be the first to jump in a pit and jump off stage on everybody's head as long as it's the right time. Only at certain places, but like, no, there's a time and a place for everything, right? And so we'll know what time that is when we remain present in our moments so that we can give love, that it's a vibration. When we're present, we're calm, so we're not harming others by throwing scattered energy and thoughts out. And then those that know that are like, ha 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 ha. Yeah. So real important to balance oneself and acknowledge like that. acknowledge that you know how golden and important your thoughts and feelings are, and don't just shoot them out all over the place. And right, because calm down, because when we're running around like chickens with our heads cut off, and we're running around the clock, and we're worried about this and worried about that because they've already taken it from us, and then they want to pretend that they didn't, and then they pretend to give us basic necessities like that we are on some kind of like, there's some kind of shortage. The only shortage is that people gambled too much stuff and keep doing the same thing. And if that kind of behavior and mentality is being accepted and feared, then it's like, yeah, okay, daughter, go marry the abusive husband. Cool. We'll pay for it. How much sense does that make? You know? We're supposed to be protecting one another. So the only way we can do that is becoming self-aware. We can't keep blaming, blame. They blah, 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 blah. Let me leave you with this. Every single time we use the word they or you, slap yourself. Sometimes it's right on an occasion, but be careful, right? When we use a certain word, a word also, it can be a spell, a weapon, a curse, or it can be a beautiful tool and an instrument to communicate, right? It's a choice by free will how we choose to now navigate. Right now it's like, ooh, try to ooh, and don't beat yourself up too much. You know, it's getting used to recognizing our patterns. People are patterns. Okay, so be forgiving, but every time we use the word they or you or or talking, you hear people it's like, whoa, they're outside themselves. They're living, or your outside self, like a goat fragmenting, extending outside of self. All right, because that means we're blaming someone else because we're having an emotion or we think we know something, and it's glitching with our program, our matrix, what we think we know. And we do know what we know, so it's not like it's just there's always more, or there's way more perceptions. There's so many, multiverse, the words, verses, like nursery rhymes, verses. How many verses are in a poem? How many verses, right, are in a rhyme? And then to extend that to, right, multiverses, because we all individually have our own thoughts, create our own matrix, our own, right? What fruit do you bear? Peace.